Hi everyone, my name is Glenda Sparling with SureFit Designs, and today we're going to focus on talking about this phenomenal tool called the Designing Stylus. Many of you already know the great benefits of working with it, but for those of you who are new to SureFit Designs, let me just tell you that on this Designing Stylus, you're going to find your hip curve, your front and back crotch curves, your armhole curves, and your neckline curves. You're kind of all rolled into one on this great tool. And around the perimeter of the Designing Stylus, you will see slots. And when you draw against the edge of the slot that's nearest the outside edge, it allows you to put on your 5/8 inch seam allowances. Now at home, of course, you're going to be drawing with a pencil so that if you do need to erase anything, it's going to be very easy to do that. In this demonstration, I'm actually going to be using a bright red marker, and just so that you can see everything. But let's take a look at how easy it is to work with the Designing Stylus. First of all, here is a bodice front that I've already drawn on the tracing vellum, because you never ever want to draw directly on your master pattern. And what we're going to do now is add a 5/8 inch seam allowance as if you wanted a seam going up the front of your dress or your blouse. So all you do is take the Designing Stylus and put the straight edge next to the center front, in this case because I'm adding on a 5/8 inch seam allowance at the center front. And while I'm at it, I'm going to do all of the straight edges on the pattern, again drawing through the slots provided on the Designing Stylus. And I'll go over here and draw the side seam. And it will look like this. And there's the edge of the dart and the rest of the side seam. All right, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to address the neckline and the armhole curvature. So in drawing off the neckline, you would have used this edge of the Designing Stylus, and for the orientation of the pattern, you just flip the stylus over so that you can draw that appropriate edge. Now, as I draw through the slots provided on the Designing Stylus, like this, because the stylus curve gets tighter up in here, if I were just to keep on going, when I take that away, you can see how that flips up that center front point. And so what you want to do with your Designing Stylus to make sure that that doesn't happen is simply draw it coming straight out. Now notice that I flipped the stylus over and I'm going to bring my 5/8 going straight out. And I did that in green so that when I connect this up together, now that looks appropriate. It looks the way that a center front neckline should look. Let's do it once again on the armhole. And I'll set the Designing Stylus in. You can see that that's the curvature that I used to create the armhole. Now I am going to put in the 5/8 inch seam allowance. And once again, I'm getting into that very tight curvature on the stylus. And if I were to keep on going, look how that flips up like that. Well, obviously, as you connect up with the side seam, that isn't the most appropriate curvature for an underarm curve. So here I will flip the Designing Stylus over, and I am just going to use that 5/8 inch edge right here. And as I connect together like that, now you can see how that flattened that underarm curve out, and now it is an appropriate connection with the underarm. So that's how easy it is to add seam allowances with the Designing Stylus, and how easy it is to work with these curves. So for this and other informative videos about working with your SureFit Designs pattern fitting kits, please head on over to the SureFit Designs Learning Center and click on the video library, where you're going to see all kinds of complimentary videos to help you get the very best fit possible with SureFit Designs.